Hey everyone, what's up? Yeah, I got off work about 16 minutes ago. I've got about 15 minutes before the bus arrives, so I thought I'd do this. I tried doing it earlier and I did, but I figured it wasn't good enough to do, so I figured I got a little bit more time. I'm not so stressed. But I thought I'd talk about, well, I thought I'd talk about Nickelodeon's TMNT. Now, I know I've talked about it, I've harped on it several times of what I respect and what I kind of have mixed reactions about, and like anybody else, I'm wondering, like, what the heck were they thinking when they came up with it? Um, and I watched Andre Meadows of Black Nerd Comedy's review of the last two episodes, basically the two-part finale to season 4. And I will say this. I mean, out of all the TMNT incarnations, animated adaptation, movie adaptations, and even basically even comic book adaptations, never once did the creators kill off not the creators, but never once did the creators of the show, of the adaptation, ever kill off Master Splinter. They never really did that. The only time maybe Splinter ended up dying or ended up dead was when they would do a future episode, basically a what if. Like in 2K3, in one of the seasons, they had the turtles scattered all through space and time. And Donatello ended up in the future, 40 years into the future. So, you can accept maybe that being one of the ways Splinter would die. But on the other hand, besides that, it never really happened. I mean, the 1990 movie kind of put it into question for you, but it never really happened. Never once did they ever thought, or never once did they decide, hey, let's kill Splinter off. Now, I can't say too much about maybe some of the comics, like the original, like the Mirage comics, in which the turtles originated from. I can't say anything about the Image comics or the IDW comics. IDW, I'm pretty sure they haven't done it yet. But it's like I have yet to see any other incarnation besides this one that would pull it off. And it just does go to show you that this is entirely different TMNT, and it does play off what you saw in the 2K3 movie finale. Turtles Forever. You see, it plays off the fact that this is just another alternate world, an alternate dimension of the turtles, and it's just it's one of those alternate takes on the turtles because of that for the past 4 years has caused the show to be viewed by a lot of people, but also has been given mixed reactions. And what I mean by mixed reactions is you got a lot of people that love some of the decisions and stories that they come up with, and that's great. They like the homages, they like the references, they like the incorporation of certain story elements and characters and stuff like that. But then again, you got some of the negative that comes with it, and I'm kind of in that not in that majority, but sort of that minority of some of the negative towards it, because it's like, like a lot of people, I just don't understand why they would go this far and why they would do this. For example, going back with, starting with April, a lot of us were ticked off at the fact that they would even consider making April and Casey and Karai and any of the friends that we've known to be adults, we've seen as adults, adult allies, we kind of put into question of why they would even decide to make them teenagers. And one could respect, and this is where maybe that mixed reaction comes in, that more like right in the middle kind of deal. Like, it's negative, it's like the negative portion is like, why did you make them teenagers? But then the positive portion is, okay, I can respect and understand, maybe you want to tell a story, tell it from a perspective of all of them growing up together, and that's fine. That's fine. And I can respect and understand that, but it's like, You know, you know, why even? But why kind of ruin a good thing? Why not just incorporate something like if you want to make April be in her teens, or at least in that role of teenager, young adult, adolescent, you could have just made her 18 right off the bat. Like she's just out of high school. You don't put her in high school and all that. So, it's just one of those decisions, and I got about 10 minutes before my bus arrives, but it's just one of those decisions that got a mixed reaction. Mostly negative over positive. The positive, again, from people that would understand and respect the fact that, hey, it's a different take, and it kind of showcases what it would be like if they grew up together, and that's a good idea. That's great. But then again, you take a look at the negative, and you're like, you can kind of respect the opinion of the positive and be like, yeah, that's great, but why? What's the point? Just because she can grow up with them? Okay, fine. Couldn't they just do it? I mean, the point a lot of people would have is they could have still done it, but she could have been like right out of high school into college. It would have worked. But then again, you wouldn't have basically the scenario that they got to put the Turtles in. See, the scenario that they got to put the Turtles in is the fact that April herself ends up becoming a part, half mutant. It's discovered that she is half mutant because of the Krang experimenting on her mom, and because of that, she ended up being born as part mutant. Thus, basically the Jean Grey of the show. And that was another thing that really got, I think, to a lot of people. It's like, why? I mean, even I discussed it. It's like, what's the point? What? So you could do your own take on Jean Grey and maybe the Dark Phoenix saga? You could do your own adaptation or your own take on it? Is that why you did it? And, some maybe, again, mixed about it. That's another decision that's kind of gotten a mixed reaction. But then again, some might say, well, yeah, you can have a mixed reaction, but here's the positive out of this. April's never been together or never been involved attractive-wise or romantically or lovey-dovey-wise with any of the Turtles. It's more like she's a friend with them, she kind of flirts with them, maybe in other incarnations, but she's never been a girlfriend. And I guess trying to make it more realistic, that's what they were going for, with all these decisions that got these mixed reactions, from them being teenagers and growing up with the Turtles to her being half mutant, to the fact that her being part mutant allows her to romantically be involved with someone like Donatello. And it's like, okay, all right, that's nice. I'm in favor of that. I mean, it's something you wouldn't see. I mean, I'm in favor of that. It's something that you wouldn't see in the past, or in previous incarnations, but I'm cool with that. I'm in favor of it. But, it's like, a lot of people look at the decision like, really? That's why you made her a half mutant? Because you wanted to ship her maybe with Donnie? There could have been other ways you could have done that, but what are you going to do? And then, if that's not enough, some of the like I say, with make the decision to make April half mutant and everything, to play on possibly and basically make her psychic to where she's like a Jean Grey character, and you hint in the space a portion of the season that she's going to probably be the Dark Phoenix. She's going to have a Dark Phoenix like story accompanying her, and it's like, seriously? Is this the whole reason for it? And I know I've harped on that a lot, but it's like a lot of people still, basically the point I'm getting at is a lot of people have had mixed reactions to this. It's like, why even do this? Why even go in this direction? Why make these decisions? And the mixed reaction is, you have people that like it but still question it, and you have people that don't like it and wonder even what the heck were they thinking? What the heck were the writers thinking? And some of the decisions that they make throughout the season, I'm not going to name all of them, get that mixed reaction. And that's why the Turtles have lasted for so long, is because of the mixed reactions. Sometimes they've made some good decisions. Like I said, they've paid homage, reference, they've incorporated, elements from previous incarnations of the Turtles. They've incorporated characters in their own unique, different, other characters from the TMNT multiverse. And I apologize for that. Someone wanted to blast the music on the way into Walmart. But anyway, like I said, it makes you wonder. But again, they incorporated certain characters, into the series, and gave them their own unique take on them, like Elopex and Mona Lisa and the mutant animals, Mondo Gecko, and all these characters, and it's like, I think you saw like Yojimbo, the rabbit, that rabbit character. They've all incorporated them in some form or fashion. Raza, Toka, Bebop and Rocksteady. They've all incorporated them, interpreted them in different ways. Amagon, the shark guy. It's like, again, the future. Every character that they have brought in, any element they've referenced, they've done it in their own unique way. I mean, and again, some of these decisions were met with positive and negative reactions, basically a mixed reaction. Which is why the show lasted for so long, because you got people that would watch and wonder, okay, what are they going to do next? What direction are they going to go in next? And it's just one of those situations where the show doesn't have to be a ratings hit. Well, it is a ratings hit. It doesn't have to be overly popular and over with the crowd to be a hit and be watched and be renewed for several seasons. It also can be done through, inquiry, intrigue, wondering, what are they going to do next? And to me, that's why it's lasted as long as it did. I mean, you even have the decisions, like I said, to kill off Splinter. Not once, but twice. The first time, he ends up getting saved because the Turtles, they go into space with the Fugitoid. They get what they need to come back, go back in time, and prevent it from happening. At least help Splinter acknowledge that something's going to happen to him. But then this time, you do it for good. You basically kill him off. And there are going to be some people with a mixed reaction of why. Why do it? They've never done it in other incarnations, yet you're doing it here. So, and again, the show, for as long as it lasted, has only lasted, in my opinion, because of mixed reactions. The mixed reaction is what's caused it to succeed and stay on and be renewed for years after years after years. And going into the 5th season of Tales of the TMNT, this kind of, to me, acknowledges that this is going to be the last season. Because now you're going into basically a show that, according to Andre, is one-shot, maybe... one-shot episodes, storylines, one-shot multi-arcs, stuff like that. That could be original stories, loosely adapted from other story arcs from different incarnations of the Turtles. That kind of tells you right there that the show is going to come to an end after the 5th season, because what else can you do? Shredder's no longer around. Splinter is dead. What else are you going to do? So, my opinion is this, and I'm going to check my time here. I got 1 more minute before the bus arrives, I think. But my opinion is this. It's not a bad show. It's just one of those shows that Nickelodeon or any studio has ever done that gets a mixed reaction. And just like WWE comes out and says at least John Cena gets a reaction, that's why he's pushed as much as he is, and that's why he's known as the face that runs the place and all that. it's the same thing with TMNT, with Nickelodeon's TMNT. The only reason it's lasted as long as it has, gone as long as it has, been renewed for as long as it has, is because of the reaction people give it. Whether it's a positive or negative reaction, it's a mixed reaction overall. And as far as the Tales of the TMNT go, who knows what they're going to do with that. I hope maybe that they do. A lot of people are wondering what kind of stories they might do. They might do some original stories. They might do some stories based on that are loosely adapted from stories out of the Archie comics, IDW comics, Image comics, and even the Mirage comics. And they might even bring back some characters. And I guess, sorry about that. Filming sometimes in public doesn't really help. It isn't easy, I should say. But like I said, they might adapt story elements from different story arcs out of the Archie Turtles, the Mirage Turtles, the Image Turtles, IDW, 2K, 80s, who knows. And they might even bring back characters that they've brought in from the previous years, like the previous seasons, like Mona Lisa, the Mutant Animals, Mondo Gecko, Yusashi Yojimbo, Eloplex, and all of them. And they might even bring in some new characters. I'm hoping they bring in several. I hope they bring in characters like Ray the Manta. I hope they bring in Ninjara, Yumiko, if they can get the creators of Ninjara, Alan and Murphy, if they could talk to Alan and Murphy, the creators of Ninjara, and try to work something out with them. I would like to see her come back. I would like to see her interaction with Raphael at least. Because if you read the Archie comic books, that's who she became romantically involved in. So I'd like to see her come back, maybe as part of the Mutant Animals, maybe a new member that the Turtles get introduced to. Maybe she encounters Mona Lisa and something happens there. I don't know. So it'll be in. I would love to see Ninjara come back as part of this season. This season that was going to be dubbed as the Tales of the TMNT. Again, sorry about that, folks. But like I said, I'd like to see Ninjara come in if they can work something out with Alan and Murphy, the creators of her. I'd like to see that happen. I would like to, maybe like to see an episode where she interacts with Mona Lisa, and Raphael's a part of that. So I would like to see those things happen. I'd like to see Ray the Manta come in. I would like to see maybe, some of the Mutant Animals from the Archie comics come in. That would be great, besides Mondo Gecko and all them. I would like to see that Cheetah guy. Yeah, I'd like to see Cowlick from the Archie comics. That'd be great. And of course, I would like to see some other characters they introduced from Image Comics and IDW Comics and, even Mirage Comics. Heck, I was like, you want to do a reference. They did something in the 2K series where they brought in the Wild West Cowboys from New Mesa. So, hey, maybe bring them in for a crossover. But I would like to see it happen. But who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But that's my take on why TMNT has lasted for 4 seasons and what I hope to expect out of the Tales of TMNT Season 5. Let me know down below. My bus is here.